With astrology-informed yoga classes, you can maximize positive planetary influences, minimize negative planetary influences, and live as your highest self. Visit discoverastroyoga.com and join the Astro Yoga experience to get ongoing guidance on how to change your yoga practice based on astrology. Hey members, I'm in beautiful Crested Butte, Colorado. Crested Butte is a wonderful ski town that has stuff to do all season long. I'm obviously here in summer, and it's the wildflower capital of Colorado. So it's really beautiful. You get to enjoy the beautiful orange, yellow, fiery wildflowers behind me, and I hope you enjoy that. Today we are doing a yin yoga flow, and this yoga flow is inspired by the fire element, and we're incorporating the yoga lesson of tapas. Now, if you've taken the 30-day challenge and you've studied the 8 limbs of yoga, then you're aware of tapas, and it represents heat or burning sensation, and also discipline and devotion, actually mastering something through devotion and consistency, even though it can be kind of challenging. Now, while fire elements aren't necessarily known for being the most disciplined, it is that inspiring, get up and go, fiery sensation that we need to have and hold on to in order to not only get started, but to continue moving towards and moving through the things we need to get through. Leo is known for the self-confidence, and also Aries is known for being really headstrong and also really confident as well. Sagittarius is also known for its fiery and optimistic, wildly optimistic sensations. So enjoy this practice today. It is a yin flow, so it is going to be slower, more mindful. However, we will still be incorporating tapas and a little bit of heat and a little bit of challenge in our yoga practice today. So join me on your mat in butterfly. And with yin flows, tend to hold poses a little bit longer, be a little bit more mindful. Go ahead and roll your shoulder blades onto your back. Begin to get attuned to your breath and your breathing. Imagine your breath being the wind that's igniting your inner fire. The more oxygen that flame gets, the more fiery and larger it becomes. With every exhale, I want you to very slowly begin to move your chest forward, closer and closer towards your feet. Staying connected to your breath. Breathing in and out through your nose. Keeping your mouth sealed for most of your practice today. With every exhale, lower down just slightly. Notice the physical sensations of your hips opening, those muscles stretching. On your next inhale, come back up to a seat, straighten your back. Inhale. And then on your exhale, come onto high plank on your yoga mat. And take a moment here to get comfortable in your high plank. As comfortable as high plank gets for you. Adjust your hands, adjust your feet. And once you feel comfortable, contract your core, make it nice and strong. Drop your eyes in between your thumbs onto your mat, looking onto your mat. And connect to your breath. Hold your breath, not hold your breath. Connect to your breath and continue to breathe through the challenge. Inhale here. Exhale, drop your knees. Lower halfway, low push up. Inhale. Come back up to high plank. Great job, you're doing great. Stay connected to your breathing. You can do hard things. And your breath can help take you there. Inhale here. Exhale, drop your knees, low push up. Inhale up, one more time, high plank. You can do it. Inhale here. Lower all the way onto your mat. Great job. Extend your arms beside you. Palms facing down onto your mat. On your next inhale, lift your chest, lift both of your feet. Press your hands into the mat. Set your eyes in front of you, beyond the edge of your mat. And with every inhale, try to lift your chest and feet up a little bit more until you get to a point where you feel comfortable. Inhale here. Exhale, lower flat onto your mat. We're going to lift up one more time for locust. On your next inhale, come back up, lifting both legs and your chest off your mat. Take one more inhale and then lower back down onto your mat. And take a moment here to rest. Come up onto your elbows. Straighten your palms in front of you, nice and flat for Sphinx. Rotate your shoulders onto your back. Looking straight ahead, lift your chin. And really press the bottoms or the tops of your feet into your mat. So we're pressing energy out through our legs. We're pressing energy into the mat through our forearms. Like a lion or a lioness. Inhale here. Exhale, lower your chest. Move your hands in line with about your nipples or your breasts. Men have breasts too. And we're going to press ourselves up and then back into child's pose. And opening up your knees as wide as your mat in child pose. Sinking your hips down to your heels. Extending your arms out in front of you. Pressing them into the mat. And just reflect on how you feel, how your body feels so far. On your next inhale, come back up onto all fours, onto your mat. You're going to take your right leg and step it up next to your right hand for this low lunge. I'm going to place both of my hands on top of my right leg. Make sure always we keep those shoulder blades onto your back. We're never shrugging our shoulders. And reconnect your eyes to a single gazing point in front of you. And take note of what's around. If your knee is uncomfortable, you can fold your mat in to make it a little bit more cushioned, or you can grab a pillow or a blanket to cushion your knee if you need that. Helps that I'm on this nice soft mat. Stay connected to your breathing. and out through your nose. Breathing in for 3 seconds and breathing out for 3 seconds. Inhale here. Exhale, bring both hands on the inside of your leg and we're going to find lizard lunge. So you can choose to actually stay on your hands right here, or you can come down to your forearms, or if you have a block at home, you can place the block down and you can rest your forearms on your block. And here you can set your gaze onto your mat, maybe in between your elbows. And just notice that stretching sensation. Inhale here. Exhale, come back onto your hands. And we're going to do a half dragon or a half corkscrew. I'm going to keep my left hand on my mat and use my right hand to press my right leg out slightly. And I can choose to stay right here. Check that your wrist is underneath your shoulder. Opening up your chest towards the side wall. Opening up your heart towards the sky. And you're welcome to either stay here or to kick your back foot up and reach back for full corkscrew. If you can reach your back foot, go ahead and shift your gaze towards your big toe. Inhale here. Exhale, drop your foot. Bring both hands back up to the top of your mat. Bring your right foot back in line with your left, coming back onto all fours. And let's do some cat-cows. Inhaling, lifting your nose up towards the sky, pressing your tailbone up towards the sky. Exhale. Looking in between your knees, looking at your belly button, pressing the center of your back up towards the sky this time. Inhale and exhale. And do a few more following the rhythm of your own breath. On your next exhale, come back to a neutral spine. And once you're there, use your left foot Step it up to the top of your mat. Bring both hands on the top of your left knee, Rotate those shoulders onto your back. Straighten up your gaze. Lock your eyes. Press those hips forward as much as is comfortable. Inhale here. Exhale and drop both hands on the inside of your leg. Choosing to stay here on your hands or having the option to come onto your forearms either on the block or directly onto your mat. Set your gaze in between your elbows and reconnect to your breath. Inhale here. Exhale, come back onto your hands and choose to either do a half corkscrew. My right hand is below my right shoulder, pressing my left foot out with my left hand, opening up my chest towards the side wall, opening up my heart towards the sky. And if I'm able to, and if I want to, right, can kick the back leg back, reach for it. And then set your gaze at that big toe. Or just at a single point behind you. Inhale here. Exhale, drop that foot. Bring both hands back up to the top of your mat. Go ahead and bring that left foot back in line with your right. And we're gonna open up frog pose. And so I'm going to face you this way. And opening up my knees as far apart as is comfortable for me. And I'm going to check that my ankles are in line with my knee. So my feet is not going to be pointed in like they are in child's pose. We want our feet to be or our legs to be pretty parallel from each other. So I'm lining up my ankles with my knee. Check both sides. Then come down onto your forearms. And once you're on your forearms, press your hips back very slightly and just see how that feels. What you're striving towards is to get your hips in line with your knees, but know that that can take some practice and some time if your hips are really tight, if you do a lot of computer work. So be gentle with yourself. Alright, just feel your body out. Your body is a divine source of wisdom, and it has a level of wisdom that our conscious mind isn't even aware of. And so we have to practice reconnecting to the language of our body and how our unique body chooses to uniquely communicate with each and every one of us. So stay connected to your breathing. And with every exhale, push your hips back towards your knees just a little bit, a hair at a time. On your next inhale, bring your hands onto your mat. And however you get there, move into down dog on your mat. I normally like to come from all fours, tucking my toes, and then pressing my hips up towards the sky. And just take a moment to reflect what's going on behind you in your down dog. This new perspective of looking upside down and between your legs. Notice how that's different. On your next inhale, lift your right leg. And then exhale, bring that leg up towards the top of your mat for pigeon. Once you're here, come onto your forearms or your elbows, setting your gaze at your mat. On your next inhale, bring both hands onto your mat, lift your chest, tuck your back toe, and then extend your right leg behind you back into three-legged dog. Exhale, bring that foot down onto your mat, back into down dog. Taking a moment to check your hamstrings here, pedaling your feet back and forth. Inhale, lift your left leg overhead, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring that foot up to the top of your mat for pigeon. Dropping your knee down, dropping your elbows down. Reconnecting with your gaze. Reconnecting with your breath. On your next inhale, bring both hands onto your mat, lift your chest. Exhale, tuck your toes. Sweep your back leg behind you. Come back into down dog. Inhale, look in between your hands. At the bottom of your exhale, just take a seat onto your mat. Roll onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. And then extend both of your legs in front of you for Shavasana. Sweeping both arms by your side. Opening up your palms towards the sky. Closing your eyes. Relaxing your breathing. And take a moment to just do a quick body scan of how you feel. What sensations are you feeling in your body? What emotions are present for you in your body right now? Bring your full focus back onto your breathing, allowing your breathing to be natural and relaxed. But just notice the natural pace, speed, depthness of your natural breath. Notice every little movement that your body makes with every breath. Begin to wiggle your toes and your fingertips. Roll over to one side of your mat and then press yourself up into a seat. Thank you again, as always, for joining me in my yoga practice today and in this yoga practice today. Remember that our breath, our oxygen, breathing in oxygen, air, oxygen, and wind is what fire and flame needs to ignite and spread and to continue to be fed. And so when we're going through things that are challenging, when we're going through things where it feels like there's a lot of chaos and we're in the midst of the fire, I want you to come back to your breath and your breathing. And it can ignite the inner fire in you enough to get through it, to move through it, to do the hard things, because we can do hard things. So, namaste, and I hope you have a wonderful day. If you enjoyed today's class, make sure you like and subscribe. If you're interested in learning how you can align your yoga practice based on the current planetary positions, visit discoverastroyoga.com and join the Astro Yoga experience.